Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. To me, welcome in. So I'm really excited because I wanted to share some news with you guys, and it's not like big news as in it's gonna happen right this minute, but it is good news and big news. So in November, I'm going to be getting the land surveyed finally, right? Unfortunately, though, I had to let go of the tiny home that I was going to start making payments on, which is unfortunate, and that's okay. But that does this will allow me to. It's a minor setback, but it's a good minor setback. I kind of went like two steps ahead when I should have gotten the land surveyed first, then get the foundation built. And I actually came up with an awesome design, which I want to share with you guys. And I'm going to go grab the paper so you guys can see the amazing design. So let me go grab it. Okay, where the hell did I put it? I swear I would lose my head if it was not attached to my body. Lord Jesus, man. I just can't help but laugh. It's like I went to go grab the notebook, but I'm like, oh crap, now where is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, okay, I will have to find it later. But basically, I am envisioning this in my mind. It's still gonna be the 10 by 16 home. It's gonna have a 5 by 8 bathroom and a 5 by 8 kitchen. It's going to have the fridge with the pantry thing. You know, it's gonna have that. It's gonna have the loft, and it's gonna have a loft, and it'll have the ground floor, right? But my thing is that I am designing a foundation that's kind of, it looks like it's gonna look like a cross. So it's gonna be the main center, you know, the actual centerpiece, the for the house to sit on is going to be a 16 by 16 feet tiny home foundation on a pier and beam system. But I was going to use 10-foot long tempered boards to add 10 feet on either side. So it'll be like 10 feet. Let me. I want to find it. Let me go find it because I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. Here's somewhere. I know it's here somewhere. I just had it a few yesterday. I swear I'd lose my head if it was not attached to my body. I swear I would. I swear. It can't. No, it's not in there. It's got to be in this room because this is the only room I had it in. It's not hard to miss because I painted it and everything, and it's like. It's not under all this. Oh no, it's not under all the laundry. That's good. Like I had it, and it. Where the hell is it? I know for a fact I had it, and it's not in any of the chairs. No, 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 no. Did I perhaps? Nope, it's not anywhere over here. Like, where could it be? Because it's definitely not in here. It's definitely, unless she put it. No, she would have asked me first. And I don't believe I put it in the closet. Okay, this is weird. It should be in my house. Unless someone came into my house while I was asleep and took my shit. This is really strange. I mean, I wouldn't put it past management. They love sneaking into people's homes. Like, I've seen it, and of course, if I was to report it, they would have been harassed me until a point where I would have had to leave the aristocrat. So I don't bother. I'm just watching and observing, and just I know for a fact it was here in this house. Like, where the hell did it go? There's just no way. It could not have disappeared. Like, there's no way. It's got to be somewhere. Let me just check under the bed. Oh. When my guide says check over here. Boom, found it. Thank you, Spirit Guide. Thank you, Spirit Guide. Whoever you are, I don't know your name, but thank you, gracias. The words nada. Like, I knew it was in here. I just couldn't remember where the hell I put it. Okay, so let me quickly pull up this design for you guys. I'm gonna put this here. Go. So basically, this particular structure is 16 by 16, right? And then there's the 10, the pieces of like the 10-foot pieces like this. And what I was gonna do was I was gonna have, for example, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's still gonna have the 16-foot long. So I was gonna build a 16. Let me start. This whole section is 16 by 16. So 16 long pieces of wood here, 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 and here. And there's 4 going through here, right? So that's the 16 by 16. But it's a 10 by 16 home, right? So what I was going to do was because I've always wanted a wraparound porch. If it was a 10 by 16, it'll have like a 6-foot porch, and that's all fine and all, but that's not what I want. I want a porch on all 3 sides. So like if the house, it'd be roughly like, it'll look like this. So this will be the house. I'll put H for house where it will sit on, but there'll be like 6 feet pieces. Hold on, let me see if I can, because you're not seeing it when I'm seeing it. Okay, let me start over. So this whole section here, 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 and here is 16 by 16. It's going to be 16 feet long, 16 feet across, and these all will be 16-foot long pieces of wood, right? Now, of course, I'm going to have the main foundation, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and eight foundational pieces. I think I'll need to have one on either side too. So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'll be like maybe I think. But there'll be the pier and beam system, right? Now, of course, what I'm gonna do is when I put the pillars in, when I make the actual uh, p- uh, piers, the little columns of concrete, what I was gonna do was I was gonna take some of my crystals, because I have a bunch of crystals I don't use anymore. But what I was gonna do was I'm gonna take those crystals and shove them in as and like they're gonna be like a bunch of different tumbled stones that I was gonna do, and I was gonna shove them in the concrete while it's still wet. That way, when and then put in the actual piece of wood that comes up to kind of hoist up the foundation. So that's what I was gonna do. That's what I was gonna do. Um, in order for there to be that crystal in the pillars, that crystal energy. But that's beside the point. So basically, the house is a 10 by 16 tiny home. Okay, it's a 10 by 16 tiny home, and so through this section would be roughly 10 by 16. So there'll be 6 feet, 6 foot of a section of 6 feet, right? That Grand Rising, Kenneth, Grand Rising. So basically, there's going to be Grand Rising to you, Kenneth. That there it was there's going to be like 6 foot section for porch, right? But I didn't want that. I wanted a porch on both sides and the back. So what I was going to do is take two 10-foot boards on either side. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pieces of 10-foot wood, right? And then I'll connect them using a 16-foot long piece of wood, right? Now, what I was going to do was continue on both sides a 16-foot, 16. So it'll be so just for this entire section, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces of 16-foot, actually 12, 13, 14 pieces of 12-foot, 16-foot long tempered wood, right? But I was going to use a 10-foot tent, so I'll need 14, actually, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I'll need 15 pieces of 16-foot long tempered wood, right? Now for the additional, I have to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of 10-foot wood to build the extra 3 decks, right? So eventually, though, I was thinking eventually I could I'll add this section here at the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's here. Let me make it darker for you. So this section at the bottom, I'll add in later. But what I was gonna do was with these 10-foot by 16 feet long, 10 by 16 feet, what I was gonna do was what I'm gonna do is it's gonna look like a cross. It'll eventually look like a cross foundation, which that's what I want to do because crosses are a symbol of protection. but also with the cross, it represents the four corners of the earth. It represents the four elements. So, like, each deck will have a theme of an element as well, and it's all for protection, for different elemental things. So it'll have like each one will have it'll be painted the color of the direction it's in. So it'll both be the color for its element, right? So not only that, but my tiny home would sit like this, and I'd have a bunch of like room to do anything that I want. I want to basically put some pillars that go up, like some wood beams that come up on, and this is I'll draw it on the next page so you can see what I'm talking about. But basically, what I would love to do is that once the porches are built, each of the pillars, let's just make these pillars, right? Okay. I could take a string across like that and hang dream catchers or wind chimes. It'd be like with the little cylinder thing. And so I was gonna do wind chimes and dream catchers on every interval, and then to connect the edges like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll look like an octagon too because it's gonna connect each of the piers. And I was gonna do prayer flags, and soak the prayer flags in oils and let the wind diffuse the oil. And what I was gonna use like certain oils that are proven. Hold on. God, Grand Rising, God, prayer for love and forever light. Am safe from particular bullshit. Why did you say that 3 times? Okay, sure, cool. Yeah, I mean it'll not only protect me energetically from evil spirits, but it'll act like a protectional barrier. It will act like a barrier of protection. And I was going to use copper wire and have it like string of copper wire to wrap around each pole and have it connecting together. And then what I was going to do is later on wire wrap around the poles long pieces of like they have these cylinder type shungites and different stones that they are in a cylindrical form, like a cylinder kind of, they call it shungite wands and stuff. And I was going to wire wrap those around the pillars, so that the shungite will be on the pillar, but it'll be wire wrapped and then connecting it again through the thing. So it's gonna be very, very powerful. It'll be its own protection, and I'm only wanting to work with like really high vibrational energy. And then I was gonna go and do when the gardens when that's situated. There's gonna be a garden. It's gonna be so big that there's gonna be so many different fruits and vegetables. And I'm kind of just preparing because what I'm thinking is like you never know when there's going to be a blackout, right? So basically I'm preparing for the worst case scenarios because I know what's coming. I know what the fuck's coming. I've seen it. God has shown me stuff, and I know for a fact He will not let me fall with all this BS. Like, He is not going to let me go anytime soon. I'm going to do what I do and know what I do. That's it. But it's gonna be a 10 by 16 honey home. I'll have all of this done. I know that for now the land is gonna get surveyed in November. by March, I'll have by March, but like by February, I'll have the ability to buy all the products I need. Okay. And I'll also have the ability to, like, what I'll need to do is, like, in March, I'm going to get a bunch of people together and we're going to go and we're going to build the foundation, this exact foundation. Like, I already have I have the framing nailer, the circular buzzsaw, that both battery powered. That way that they'll be charged. And so that way, when we'll be getting all this done, I'm gonna rent out an auger. I'm not gonna rent this. I'm not gonna do it. I know that I'm not capable of handling an auger, like to dig things, like the auger that drills in the ground. But I will rent an auger for the day, and we can put all these holes. But we'll need to mark out. Like I said, it's gonna be, if you look at the circumference, right? It'll be 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. It'll be 36 feet long, like this way, like left to right, and it'll be 36 feet going front and back, right? So 36 times 36 is, well, that's a lot of like, I figured I need about 22 pillars in this like thing, and I can actually count it. It's so interesting and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hold on. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 different beams. And then, like, I was gonna then there'll be the 22 main pillar support system, but I was gonna have like a pillar, like, what I was gonna do was basically, when we put in the wood around, because you gotta dig the hole with the auger, you gotta dig the hole, you gotta fill it with cement. So I was gonna put some crystals on top of, like, in a small pile on top of it, and then put the wood thing, smash it in there, right? Well, and then what I was gonna do was then take another concrete form. It's called a concrete forming tube, or I hope I'm saying it right. It's basically a cylindrical, empty thing of an empty cylinder that they use to basically form the pillar, the pier. And what I was going to do was I was going to fill it with concrete to reinforce the wood beam, so it'll be extra supported, and that way it'll be really supported. And of course, I'll put tumbled stones in it to kind of really bring in that crystal energy. And so I know by February I'll have all the funds to build and March will come around, and I'll have all that situated. And then the fun part comes in, is that after March, when we get all that done, actually, let me double check my calculations really quick. So after, let me make sure I got this. This is September, October, November, December, January. That's right. That's January. Right. It says I'll be using that 2000. Okay. right? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. September, October, November, December, January. This is for February, right? That's for February. So clear that out and let's do now for okay, and then February. For this February. Hold on. Wait, let me make sure I'm doing this right, huh? It's September, October, November, December, January, February. Okay, this is March, April, May. And with the May, let's just say May, I'll take May and then I'll take that out. June. May, June, July. I would say August. I want to say August. I'll have the ability to cover all of my plumbing expenses. But after all that's done next year, after August of next year, I have this feeling though that I really do have this feeling that um that I'll somehow I feel like that's like this is what I feel. I feel that after this rant fair, there's gonna be a connection that I'm gonna make, and I might get like I feel like I'll have the people gift me like resources, if that makes any sense. Not money, but I want to say like I feel that there's gonna be people that are going to be helpful on my journey. So like that's pretty much how um that's pretty much how it I feel like this next year it's gonna all pan out. It's all gonna fall into place. I know that I need to get this land surveyed, and once that is done, once the land is surveyed, I'll be able to save the necessary money I need for. It'll be February when I'll have the necessary funds. And I'm thinking to make sure that I don't lose my SSI, just to make sure I don't lose my SSI, I'm going to withdraw the funds um every month after like starting every month. I'll withdraw the funds and put it on a money order. Um that way I I'll have it in a box that I'll specifically enchant and leave with my gods and goddesses, and that way um they'll be able to keep it safe and protect it and prevent me from opening it, because that's how it is. Um, and see, once the foundation is done, I'll save up the money that I need to put in which is going to be like 3,000. Let me do the math again because I don't want to to give you the wrong number. Basically, he told me $850 for every fixture. So we got the kitchen sink, the shower stall, the bathroom toilet, and we got the water heater. And we also got to include the washer and the dryer. It'll be like it's a 2-in-1 washer dryer. So what I'm thinking is it'll be roughly around 4,250, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I'll by August of next year I'll have the money. Because remember, I got to do on February and March. I'm gonna have all that money done, and the funds will be there for me to. The funds will be there in February, and I'll buy all the necessary equipment. Not just the stuff that I need to build the foundation home, but I'll need help. I'll definitely have to ask some people to help out. Like, hey, can you help me with this? Excuse me. Mm-hmm. And while I'm waiting to secure the funds, I should call after the land gets surveyed. I should call the mail office in Highland, Arkansas, and that way that way everything will um like I'll have the mailbox, and I'm hoping they'll allow me to choose the numbers for the mailbox, because it'd be awesome if I got to choose the numbers for the mailbox, and then it'd just be awesome. I'm hoping I do make enough money at the Ren Fair, because then I could put that money aside, and that way I could put that money aside, and I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to use the extra money to buy the seeds that I want to put, because I wanted to buy some seeds um, to have, so when I do get the foundation done while we're there, I'll have all the seeds there, and we could make like with the extra wood, because we're just gonna be extra wood that I'm gonna buy. I'm buying some extra wood because I want to mark a specific area on the property for growing a big garden. I'm talking about a big garden to feed a couple a nice big community kind of garden, like maybe like, I know for a fact, this is not without a doubt in my mind. I know for a fact when I grow stuff, it grows, and it's gonna be so abundant. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to give you a number, because it's probably gonna be way more than that. It's gonna be a big garden, and it's gonna grow abundantly, abundance of food. I'm going to have an altar for the goddess Plenty and the goddess Pomona. Like, they're the goddesses of plenty and the goddess of abundance. Like, that's it. We're gonna have them, and I'm gonna have Demeter out there. I'm gonna have Persephone, and I'm gonna have those statues. I'm gonna have them. I don't know if I should bury them in the ground, but I'm thinking like there should be like a spot for them. Like, that's what I'm definitely saying. Like, there should be a spot. I'll have all my garden tools, and eventually I just heard to put them in the garden shed. So we'll put them in a section in the garden shed, but like, I want to make it look nice. But so then after I save the money for the plumbing, I can call the Easy Building Company and be like, listen, here, this is it. I'm ready to rebuy my house that I know that I wasn't able to do, so I'll get that done. And then what I was gonna do was then pay the plumbing dude that gave me an estimate, and he is going to come in and he's going to come in and do all that plumbing work. And then that way, when that's all set and done, I'll have the ability to then just buy the products that I need, which is I'll need to buy the kitchen sink, I'll need to buy the shower stall, the toilet, and that's it. And the water heater and the washer. But my thing is, the washer will not be able to be it won't be able to like be inside the home, and same with the water heater. That's why I chose originally a 16 by 16 long and 16 wide based foundation, because I wanted the extra 6 feet for the washer and the dryer. Now I'm adding the extra 10 feet on all four sides because those are going to be used for to represent the four elements, the four corners of the earth. And I know what I imagine in my mind, and it's going to happen. I see like there's going to be all these prayer flags going to be wrapped around. There's going to be a bunch of wind chimes and dream catchers. It'll be like wind chime, dream catcher, wind chime, dream catcher, wind chime, dream catcher. It's kind of like how it kind of reminds me of like a pagoda, but it's not a pagoda. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you have the pagoda and it's got like it's like an octagon shaped building, and it's not that, but it looks like that. But it'll be the vibe that I'm gonna create is such a sacred and holy place. It's like there'll be no way demons can come up in there, unless of course you invite them into my home, which I give no permission. Hell no. You got no. I don't want no demons up in my house. I don't want no evil spirits. You can take your evil spirits and go down the road to wherever. Like go back to hell where you came from. And so not only that, but I'll be able to like I'll have. I can see it. Like there's gonna be a Michael statue, a Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel statue. There's just so much energy and potential and magicalness that I could do with the four corners. So I'm gonna have the four angels, and what I was gonna do was bury the statue kind of like half in the ground, because I want the angels in to angelic energy to seep into the ground. But or I might have a spot of what I'll probably be doing is I'll probably have a table and it's gonna have the angel on the table. That's what I'm thinking. That's what's gonna happen. And I'm really excited about it because it's gonna be so awesome, and I can see it. I already have all the stuff to put this whole foundation together, this design. It's just a matter of getting the money that I need to build the foundation for it. So yeah. But that's pretty much it. Oh, and then eventually what I'll be doing is I'm gonna bring my friend who she's a witch, but she doesn't deserve to be in the space that she's in, right? So like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna move her into my place temporarily, because I'll build another eventually, because she'll help me pay in return for helping me pay off the house. I'll then be willing to help her get her own tiny home, and I'll be on because I don't want to live alone on my property, and I consider myself to be a witch. She does too, and we're both witches. We believe in God, but we also know that God works through everything. So because of that knowledge that we know of God, we use that knowledge to bring in goodness and love and call in the angels and all that good stuff, you know. And so we do like angelic invocations to call in saints and the 24 elders, you know. We do a lot of the esoteric aspects of the Catholic, Enochian, King Solomon, Christian type religions, and like we call in those energies to do good for the people. But it's gonna be so powerful. Like it'll feel kind of like how I'm kind of getting the vibe. It's gonna feel like a Buddhist temple, but it's not. It's not. It's like it's not only gonna like it'll have all the prayer flags, and they'll have all these it'll have all of these dream catchers and wind chimes. And then what I was gonna do was I was gonna connect. Eventually, I'll connect all four porches together, so it'll look kind of like an octagon. But um, I was gonna screen the around, like take a screen and like one of those mosquito screens, those mosquito screens, and put that around each on all of them, and that way there'll be no mosquitoes, and we can enjoy ourselves while we out there. And then what I was gonna do was then with the eight, and then put a roof over it. Like eventually I'll have it'll take some time to get this done, guys. Like this porch is not gonna be finished. I'm not just gonna. It's gonna be so awesome. You're gonna love it when you come over to my house. You'll just gonna feel the holy energy that I'm calling it. It's gonna be so awesome. I can't wait. But after we do the foundation, I think I'll have some of my friends be like, hey, I need to put in some stakes. So we need to dig a hole here to like here, and we'll have the spray paint to mark it out, because I want a big ass piece of garden property. I want a big garden, and that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a big garden that way. And then we're gonna take like a wooden, like, dig out the rows, we're gonna plant the seeds, and bam, big bam boom, and that's all that's gonna happen. And that is going to definitely happen in the month of March. I feel it. I know it's gonna happen, and I feel it. I do feel it, and I've seen it happen. I've seen it. I've had dreams about me there doing it, so it's going to happen. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. People can tell me otherwise, but I know for a fact God wants me on this piece of land, because He came to me that night when I made right off. That night He came to me. It's just like I know He's there. Like He's gonna be. We're gonna be doing this. So that's plain and simple. I think I got all the right measurements, but this is it. This is gonna be it. I think this is it. No, I really do. I think that this is gonna be one hell of a interesting experience. I'm definitely really excited, and this will give me experience, because like I'll at least know what, after this whole experience, I'll know what it is that I'll need to do next time. You see what I'm saying? And it's so interesting because like each 22 is a sacred number. They're going to be 22 pillars, main support pillars. And then not only that, but if you look, each one's going to have 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 12, 6, 12, 18, and 20, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 24. So 18 is a powerful number. 6, 12 are also powerful numbers. And 18 equals the number 9. 6 is the number 6, right? 12 equals the number 3. 18, when you add up the 1 and the 8, that equals 9. And then 24 back to 6, So it's like you're already seeing, and then there are 24 hours of the day. There are 12 months out of the year. Like you can see the energetic possibilities with this property, with this whole setup. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pillars in the center. 8 is a sacred number. The 8-pointed star is also considered to represent the 8. It's referred to as the star of abundance, actually. And then what I was gonna do is when we get this first part done and we get the rest of that done, what I want to do is mark the 16 by 16 and then put an 8-pointed star on it. I want to paint an 8-pointed star on this. Like, you know, that way when we got to paint it over it anyway to keep, like with that, I was going to get some Behr paint and we're going to like paint over the whole thing with some water resistant, weather resistant paint. That way, it'll be protected while I wait for the funds to plumbing, because I'll have to wait. But it's all gonna happen. You live and you learn. I was trying to do this backwards, but no. But yeah, that's how I envision it in my mind, and so that's how it's gonna be. And then what I'll do is, because there's gonna be people that are gonna have wheelchairs, and so I want to make sure that when they come up, they'll have an ability to get access to the porch. And so I'll build a ramp on either side, on the four corners. That way they'll be able to get up in on the ramp. And then eventually it'll look like an octagon shaped porch. And it's gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna be so like I could see it. And it'll also give me extra room to put more solar panels on my tiny home. And I was going to go into a solar panel government program, and that way I'll have tiny home solar power for my house, and it'll be so much. And then yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm definitely really really excited. I am. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be awesome and amazing. That's just how it is. That's how it's gonna be. And mm, but I'm super excited. I am going to get the property surveyed in November, and then we're gonna pay it. He said he likes to wait to get paid, like basically like they don't like to pay in advance, right? Like you don't pay them in advance is how it is. But so basically what this month I'm paying off all of my credit cards, right? Paying off all my credit cards, and then next month I'll pay my bills for October, right? And then that leaves me with roughly $931 left over, right? But plus now 14 minus the 242 minus the 900. That leaves me with 700 and let me do this again. Hold on. 216, then the 900, that's like 216, right? Boom, boom, right? And then the 31, right? So I was gonna pull up the $900 beforehand. That way I'll have that money prepared for him, right? And minus the 242, 44, right? And then that way, when that's done, and I think for me though, this is my thing, is that what I'll probably end up gonna have to do is with this Ren Fair money, I'm probably gonna use it a lot towards groceries, because I have food thanks to a friend of mine. She brought me a whole bunch of food, and it's gonna last me from all throughout September. And with the food that she has, I'll probably be able to survive October without any. I won't be starving anytime soon. Like is what I'm saying. And so like you know, my plan is to just make this food last for the next 2 months, the food that I have in my house. And if it doesn't last till the end of this second month, if it lasts to the end of this second month, I'm probably going to use whatever funds that I do get from the time from the rent fair. If I make about, I know I spend about $200 on groceries alone, and that's not including. I technically spend close to 260 on groceries, but we're just saying 200, right? Actually 264, but the 64 comes from my food stamps. But I spent about $200 out of pocket to for me to make to get food, right? So um so yeah, I'm really excited. Like it's gonna be it'll look like a cross, and then it's gonna turn into an an octagon shape. So it's like a four, an eight, and it's like the numbers, like you can just see the pillars represent the 3, 6, 9, and the 6, 3, and 9 energy, and then back to the six. So it's like powerful sacred numbers there on top of like the 12 and 24. Those deal with the month as well as the 24 hours of the day. There's the 18, which is also a sacred number because it leads to the number 9. And I've always felt that 18 is a sacred number, a powerful number, very magical number. And then also, like, you got to think about the main foundation, which is it'll have 8 pillars total. So, that's going to have an 8-pointed star there. So, what I was going to do was I was going to paint a big 8-pointed star, right? Connecting pillar to pillar. And then from the 8-pointed star, I was going to take a 9-pointed star and put it in the center. And then if I can, put a 6 and a 3 and a triangle to represent the 3, 6, 9, and the 8. Because that energy is so powerful. And I think it'll just solidify, like really bring in and consolidate that energy. I really, really do. I really do. That's me. That's how I feel. Um, and I was gonna put like different tumblestones, like mix it while we're mixing the concrete and stuff. I was gonna have my friends like, listen, we're gonna put some crystals at the bottom when we dig the hole. I want to put crystals at the bottom, and we're gonna fill it up because I want that crystal energy tapping into the pillars, and that's what I want because I want that energy coming up in my home, like going like that, like going up in my home, and then you know I'll have like the copper wire going through. It's gonna be so high vibrational, and it'll be all mine, and I'll be able to enjoy it and have a big garden. I keep saying it over and over, but it's like I can see it. I can definitely see it. Um, it's gonna take about August. August is gonna be the month where it's gonna be the month where um it'll be the month where um there's gonna be just it'll be the month where I have the money, and then I could put I'll finally have the money to put the tiny home on the property, and then because it takes about a month to when you order the tiny home, right? Um, when you order the tiny home, right? You would it would when I ordered the tiny home, I'll be paying on August of 2024 will be the last day, the last month that I'll make rent for the Aristocrat, because on that day I'm gonna pay my delivery fee that same month, And that following September is going to be that month where I move into that tiny home. And I'll already have paid the guy to come in and bring in to do the plumbing. So that's covered. And I'll have like a bunch of food that I could eat from. But not only after that month, what I could do is I was going to get a loan that month to cover all the costs. But like, if I'm thinking about this the way I'm thinking about it, hold on now, 14,850, right? So like this is what I could do is like while I'm living there, of course, that from September. Oh shit, I gotta think about that too. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna get a loan. Maybe I'll have to set it back a little bit now that I'm thinking about it. Because August, yes, to I'll have the money to pay for the plumbing, but I'll still need to buy the washer and dryer, the water heater, the kitchen sink, and the toilet and the shower stall. So that's like I don't I like that's still gonna cost me a couple hundred too. I mean, couple thousand. I'm trying to think. Hmm. I think I'll just cross that path when I get there because I got this feeling that there are just gonna be some people that are just gonna come in and they're gonna help me with all this. But I'm super excited. I can see it coming together, and like the design that I have is just phenomenal. Because like I said, it's gonna look like an octagon shaped porch when it's done. But for now, it's basically gonna be like a 10-foot porch on either side. On top of the 16 by 16 the foundation, this whole section is where the house is, 10 foot by 16, right? So there's basically going to be 6 foot worth of extra room. And this is where I'm going to put the water heater and the washer and dryer in. Okay. That's where that's going. Um, Once that's done, though, these four porches are going to then there's going to be like an element for each of the four porches. There's going to be an archangel in each of the porches. Like there'll be an actual altar for the four archangels to have their energy come and bring that in. Not only that, but there's going to be wind chimes, an interval of a wind chime, dream catcher, wind chime, dream catcher, and that's going to be on through here, here, and here. So the four corners. Because wind chimes and dream catchers, wind chimes, they break up the energy. The chime, evil spirits do not like bells and things like that. So when you do this, they don't like that sound. They don't like sound because you know why? Wanna know why evil spirits don't like sound? Is because sound that you're making is disrupting their travel. Like, but people don't realize this. Spirits travel through sound and through electromagnetic waves, which is it does give off its own sound if you think about it, because everything's waves of energy. So the electromagnetic energy goes, it's waving, right? Say it goes up, down, up, down. Well, when you hit this, what you need to say like this gong, like say like this signal go like boom. Instead of going up, down, it go ooh, like it'll like even out. So that's why they don't like it, because it disrupts their travel, and so they can't come near you because they're on a certain wave pattern, and you're at your wind chimes are disrupting that wave pattern, and so then and then on top of the drain catchers, though, the drain catchers, they act to filter. When it comes in and it filters out. So that's pretty much the whole general idea. With that in being said, so it'll have a double whammy And then on the connecting the four pillars, there's going to be these prayer flags that I'm going to put up. And I'll even have crystals dangling from them with because they're going to be attached to the copper wire. There's going to be a copper wire kind of coming through all that, all the way around, and that way it's gonna be a lot of wire, but it's gonna be well worth it because of the energy that I'm creating. So I'm super excited it's gonna happen. So anyway, I have to get going. I have a class. Oh my god, I think I just missed class. Oh my god. Yeah, I fucking missed class. Damn it. Oh my god. I am gonna kick myself in the ass for that one. Oh my god. I got so wrapped up in what I was talking about, I didn't realize I missed class. Oh my god. My teacher is gonna kill me. I'll talk to you guys later, guys. Bye. Remember, you're powerful shamans, warriors, healers. You're all that in a bag of chips. Kisses, hugs, and loves to all of you beautiful, amazing souls. Till next time, magical blessings. See you soon.